Hey guys, I'm back and I'm Rogan and this is my rant. There's been some stuff going on in my life that prevented me from making these videos, but I am back. I've got some new fresh ideas. I'm excited to make some new videos for you guys. Family stuff and mental health, but it's always good to take a break when you really need it. And so what I want to talk about today is I have some notes here on my laptop, on my email. And it's a topic that I was thinking about a lot the past couple of days because I spent some time with someone and they're a very important person in my life. But the topic of this video is basically success and what success means different things to different people. And I know, and this video is going to build off of a somewhat not recent anymore because it's been a couple months since I've uploaded. But it was one of my I think a video that I made about echo chambers, about echo chambers online. So what I'm talking about here is that there's like these financial guru, like uber successful people on YouTube that like they preach certain things, and that everybody's life and circumstance is different. My life is different, their life is different. Of course, I'm making a YouTube video that's not quite what the algorithm likes to push, but that's just what I feel like doing at the moment. I mean, my content will evolve over time, but what I'm saying is that a lot of these like gurus or these people, they're just like, oh well, it's easier than ever to be a millionaire. It's easier than ever to make money on the internet and be, he's like everyone should be a business owner, a small business owner. Okay, I think my camera is a little crooked here. Let's see. Maybe that's a little better. Whatever. So they're always talking about it's like oh well, if you're not making 100,000 a month, what are you doing? He's like the grind, the rise and grind is like the hustle cultures. You need a million streams of income, and you need to have multiple businesses online, and like you need to run your own small business, and like yes, it is easier to do that stuff online. I'm not saying it isn't easy, and I'm not making excuses for me and saying like oh well I can't do it. I'm not saying I can't do it, and I'm not saying you can or can't do it yourself, but that doesn't work for everybody, right? There are people who prefer to actually get in their car every day, go to work, have that like not necessarily camaraderie, but like a good social or like a good coworker aspect, like working with others and like producing something or a service or a product and stuff like that. And just because you work for someone doesn't mean you're any less than if you're a small business owner or you're your own boss. Because on my free time, I am my own boss. I do what I when I want to do it. When I want to go to a car show with my dad, I go to a car show with my dad. When I want to see my family, I see my family. When I want to hang out with my friends, I hang out with my friends. When I want to go for a walk, I go for a walk. When I want to make a video or write some lyrics, I do that, right? So what I'm trying to say is all these financial gurus, they're always just like, I mean, you should be a millionaire by the time you're 25. You should be a millionaire by the time you're 30. You should have this accomplished by this date. You should have that. Stupid. Echo chamber, right? Now, everyone's life circumstance is different. Now, there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy or whatever. But I consider myself wealthy because, like, I already have a bunch of crap still that I don't need. Like, when I moved out, I threw away a ton of stuff. But I still also have a lot of crap that I don't use and need. So, it doesn't, look, it doesn't matter how much money you make, okay? Just because you make more money than someone doesn't make you better than anybody else. And just because you make less doesn't mean you're any less of a person. I mean, money is important to me, of course, and money, of course, is important to everybody. But it doesn't matter how much money you make. It matters how much you keep. If you only make 40,000 a year and you only spend 25K of it, well, then you get 15K lying around to either bank it, save it, invest it, diversify it into things that you're passionate about. Like if you're a big stock and REIT guy, great. If you're a big crypto guy, great. If you're a big metal guy like me, fantastic. That's great. If you want to own real estate, that's fantastic. And I'll get to my plans, my goals of real estate in the future as well. Just because you don't own a house by the time you're 30, like some of your peers might, if you're a millennial and you can't afford a house right now, or you might be stuck in this perpetual state of renting for 10 years, fine, rent, save money, build up your war chest. Like if you want to stack metal like me, I mean, I can make more dedicated precious metal content videos like this, but you can build up that war chest and you can actually take advantage of the sales that are coming. Fire sales are coming. Blue light specials. The stock market will be there will be incredible deals in that. There will be incredible deals in real estate. You have to practice patience. You know, I invented, like, of course I developed this quote. This quote is from me. I've developed this quote over listening to different people, different quotes. I'm battling my allergies right now. If I'm a little stuffy, that's why. So this is the quote I developed, right? Success is achieved by consistent hard work and patience. If you're patient and you keep your head down and you work hard, you will achieve the level of success you want, right? I don't have lofty aspirations of having $1 million home and $100,000 car and all of the best stuff, right? But some people that means a lot to them. It's like, oh well, I need that status symbol. I need people to think of me as like high value, right? But no one gives a shit what car you drive, okay? It might catch your eye, but then 15 to 20 minutes later, or if that, people move on to the rest of their day and their life, because I believe inherently a lot of people are self-centered. It's important to think of others, but you got to learn how to take care of yourself before you take care of others. And it's always important to look out for your self-interest. So these notes that I wrote here, I'm just going to read it for a second here. Being your own business owner isn't for everybody. Managing yourself can be hard to do if you're not good at it, right? So like me, I wake up very early in the morning every day. Weekdays, I'm up between 4 and 5 in the morning. And then weekends, I'm up between 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning. And now that's not like, I don't do that by choice. I do it because I have to, but my body is so used to it that I like to do it. I like getting up that early. But some people don't, that doesn't compute for them. Like one of my friends, he works nights. He's a bartender. Great guy. I love him. But everybody's life and circumstance is different. Now, yes, this is kind of like a long-winded, long topic video, but this is what I want to make. I'll make some shorter videos after this one. But these gurus, this echo chamber, they're always just like, it's like, oh, well, you need to have a CRM business and you need to drop ship and you need to sell apparel online and you need to have this successful YouTube channel, multiple channels, and you need to overly edit and you need to milquetoast content and you can't talk about metal and you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't say this. Like, fuck shit. Like, I don't care, all right? Look, it's not for everybody. You can't just make a generalized statement like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with motivating people. There's nothing wrong with motivating people to get off their ass, get in shape, lose some weight, work on their confidence and charisma with women and success and status, and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say, my main point of this video, if you take one thing away from this video, I want you to take this away. Success means different things to different people. What some people view as very successful or a high level of success or medium level of success means a lot to different people. Like I said before in this video, success is achieved by consistent hard work and patience. If you're patient, you will achieve what you want to achieve. Think about Star Wars. You know when Obi-Wan would always talk to Anakin and he would say like, you must learn patience, young one. Patience is very important. You know what I do every day? This is what I do. I write in my mindfulness journal, and in my mindfulness journal, I also dream log from time to time. I write my song concepts, like starts of lyrics, but then I also do gratitude. I write down things that I'm grateful for, and you got to keep that in perspective. When you want to achieve something, and you have a time frame, if you have a 6-month time frame, 1 year, 2, 5, 10 years, if you have these time frames, look. This book, I highly recommend this book, okay? This book is collaborated and written by, Catherine and Ross Petrus. And they have quotes in this book from many different, poets, authors, writers, actors, actresses, successful people, right? And it's called Nothing is Worth More Than This Day. And my father gave this book to me. And this book is very important to him and me because he has always been the mentality of the glass half full mentality. You need to look for joy in your life and in the day. When it says nothing is worth more than this day, you have another day of living. You're breathing. You're walking. I'm guessing the majority of people watching this video have 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 eyes, they can see. Of course, there's people with mental and physical disabilities and stuff like that, of course. and there are limits, but you look at some people with the limitations that they have, maybe where they started in life, maybe like an Elon Musk type or a Jeff Bezos type might have inherited a lot of money. Great. Who knows? But, different start, just because you're at a different starting point doesn't prevent you from having any level of success than another person. You know, you know, People who, like, some people I know, I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not talking about people on YouTube. I'm talking about real people in my life. Some people have been handed a lot in their life, and, they're not really great people. But some people have been handed them stuff in their life, and they've developed their own business, or they've developed their own ideas, or they've succeeded in evolving a family business into something bigger and grander and like helping people. There's all different types. It's a huge spectrum of success, and success is the main topic of this video. And I'm gonna look a little bit more at my notes here, but yeah. So what I'm saying is that, like, if you let's just say you have one job, or you have a side hustle, or you have your main job, your side job, and your little mini side hustle, your second side hustle, that is like a passion project of yours, like one of these videos and my writing and stuff like that. That's like a passion project of mine that I'm eventually one day I might turn into a business, or just be a dedicated hobby that I like to share with my friends and family. But if you only make $40,000 a year, and you drive a 16-year-old car, who do you think I'm talking about? Me. Okay, look, I make about $40,000 a year. I drive a 16-year-old car, and I don't wear the nicest clothes, and I don't have the nicest things, but I have a lot of shit. I have a lot of crap that I don't need, and half the clothes in my closet I don't even wear, and it's like half my electronics don't get used anymore. Like, if you really think about it, a lot of people have things that they don't need, but from the outside perspective, and they see someone like me, it's like, oh, ha ha, he drives a 16-year-old car, and he works in a factory, and he doesn't, he sucks. Like, some people think that way, but then others, again, I'm gonna talk about. I know I talked about Star Wars, but now I'll talk about Transformers. More than meets the eye. Robots in disguise. Like, think of robots in disguise. Like, what I'm saying is that, like, when you look at someone, when you're very observant, like I am, and of course I'm very hyper focused. I can hyper focus on things very easily. But if you're, we as humans, we make a lot of judgments about others, either a first impression of someone talking to you, or just like silent walking by people. Because I walk by hundreds of people at the mall weekly, and us as humans, we're very judgmental. We can all make our judgments about something, but who knows? There might be levels of truth to that judgment, but we are all judgmental. And what I'm getting at is that these judgments is like, oh, well, he doesn't look the part. He doesn't look like a successful person. He doesn't look like this. He doesn't talk like this. He doesn't act like this. He's not in a relationship. He's not married, and he's 35, or he's this, and person X doesn't care about that. But there's more than meets the eye. Like, it's just like if you look at everybody in terms of like success, different levels of success means different things to different people. Every person is an iceberg, right? Maybe 1/14th or like 1/8 or something like that. You can see the iceberg above the water level, but beneath is where like the meat and potatoes are, right? Because until you actually talk to someone and pick their brain, the older I get, the more I realize I don't know. There's so much I don't know. And going back to it is that if you don't achieve a certain level of success by the time some of your peers do, doesn't mean you're any less. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. You know that term, like how, in the red pill, they're always like, nice guys finish last. Well, they still finish. Just because it took you until you're 40 to make your first million, or your first 100,000, or by the time you're 36 or 37 to get your first house with 3 bedrooms that you can house hack and rent 1 bedroom out, or even a duplex, just because it takes you longer than some of these financial gurus and this echo chamber, and like these like, oh, I did it, and I'm an alpha, and I'm this, and I have the best charisma and social status, and I've approached 100 and 200 women in public, and I've banged tons of chicks. no one cares how many chicks you've banged. Okay, if you measure yourself by that, just fine. If you're so full of yourself, yeah, like everyone has an ego and so do I, but it's also important to keep that in check. You want to think highly of yourself, and the person that you should love most in this world is yourself, but you shouldn't rely on anybody else to make you happy. And enough going back to nothing is worth more than this day. This thing has so many quotes in it about people just enjoying life because they exist, or like they get another day to exist. I know this video was all over the place and stuff like that. I appreciate you listening. I really wanted to make it. It was on my mind, and then just my plans moving forward. Um, in the future, working hard. Eventually, like I'm, in like between my early and mid 30s, I'll have my own place, like either a little house, like 3 bedroom, or a duplex that I can become a little mini landlord and stuff like that. And of course, further diversifying when the sales come, like in stocks, crypto, ETFs, REITs, and stuff like that, and commodities and currencies, like all the whole shebang, right? But like I said in somewhere in this video, in the point, it's important to build your war chest with liquid cash and metal right now, so you can take advantage of those sales, and and that's very important. And and who cares? Look, if you're driving a 15-year-old car, 20-year-old car, 25-year-old car, you're doing a lot better than the person who actually has a brand new car that they decided to buy like an idiot. And they're like, "Oh, well, look at me! I made it." It's like, "Oh yeah, you made it. Like I can afford the monthly payment if certain things. Yeah, there's good debt and bad debt, right? But certain things you need to pay in cash for. Okay, like if you need to finance a diamond ring to like propose to a girl that you're not fully happy with because you've been with her for 3 years and you feel obligated to take it to the next step in that commitment. If you're not happy and that person doesn't work well for you, and there's not a lot of value being added on her end and your end, and like it's not the best, because I wouldn't say I completely wasted, but I ignored like some red flags in my previous relationship, and I don't regret it because there was a lot of good times, but I wish I could have got some of that time back. So, when I journal like this, it's mindfulness, and I work on trying to stay in the present moment, goal oriented. What I did good yesterday, what I want to improve the next day, day to day. That's a big part of my journaling and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know it was a very long video, but that's okay. I'm gonna balance it out with some shorter videos coming up. So thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked it, and if you didn't like the video, if you didn't like my topic, my long topic, my shirt, my face, my really big beard, just remember to smash that dislike button. It gives me a chance to improve, make better content, make more content, and then just get better overall with what I'm doing. Hit that notification bell. It might work, it might not. Subscribe. It's free. You can support the channel that way. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this topic in the comment section down below. I really enjoy all the love and support on this channel. I know I haven't made a video in a long time, but that's okay. I'm back. I got some ideas, but don't count on me being super consistent. All right, guys. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you next time.